Hey guys, this is Kei speaking, and today we are back in the Ellisbury update in automation and continue our Gasmean Kei Cars, run through the game that is slightly alternative in terms of theme. So that's correct. End of episode 7 it is. We start episode 8 right here. In the last episode we did design the new model that is still called Model 1. Very creatively. I'm going to change the name today, and what we also wanted to do is make yet another model that is catering more to the muscle and sport audience, because that is not part of what we are engineering right there with Model 1. This is going to be a very expensive project, but also one that is likely going to give us loads of money, so we don't really care. Also, we just had our 4th factory assigned to the production, so hopefully with the price increase that we also put through, we're finally going to conquer the markets appropriately with enough production. The demand is through the roof, and with desirability ratios of 577%, I can see why. To remind everyone, here we have Model 1 that is going to be called the Berry, because Berry is a fantastic name, spelled with an E, for a car like this. And there you go, the Berry City family, delivery, utility, off-road and convertible. And now, the only thing, I hope the name change didn't make it the project way too expensive. But now we have to also make the sports car. The first proper one in our company, if you can call it proper, based on our, of course, 360cc Boxer 4 engine. Problem being, light sport doesn't appear before the 1980s. And that is that, oh, okay, in both countries it appears in the 1980s. In Frinia, of course, they are already very much present. And that is the main market we are going to aim for with this one. It's going to take a while in engineering, and for the second facelift, we should be able to get it into Frinia. So, let's start designing a bit, and I'm going to focus on the demographic, I guess sport? Or maybe fun? I guess fun could work, it's kind of similar. So let's manually build this thing. Small size guaranteed. And do we have a sporty car? Well, there we have it. I think we're going to make it this one. Although, no, this here is even smaller. Frontal area 1.5, 1.4, and yeah, that's with the different track width there. This one is really tiny. Yeah, but this one is looking faster. It's more looking like a proper sports car. Mid-engine, rear engine, and this one does have rear engine if we wanted to. But this one looks more balanced in terms of rear engine. Well, we can always change it around later on, right? If this one doesn't fit, then so be it. Let's go. We are going to make this one the old way. Manually. As in aluminium and space frame. With a rear longitudinal setup. And, oh, do we want... damn it. Okay, we do need to choose the double wishbone there. And then, I guess, rear suspension is just a McPherson strut to make it somewhat quick to engineer. And currently it's sitting at 40 months. That's not too bad. I wonder if we went with solid axle, what would it be then? 30, yes. That's a little sucky. But that would also mean that we are making a monster truck. As you can see, it's beautiful. And yes, I'm going to leave it at 0 quality and then later on see if we can make it faster. Let's see if we have an existing engine that needs to go in there. We do have the Sport MK1. That's from 1958. That's not acceptable because we are in 1962. So we're going to replace the variant. No, Yeah, this must be the correct option. So, Tiny i3 is the wrong one, but the Sport MK1 becomes the Sport MK2. This thing has plenty of power already. The weight of just 59 kilograms. And 1% engine efficiency. Oh yes, the idle. The idle at 2,700 RPM. Isn't it beautiful? We do still want to use leaded fuel 98 for this one. No need to change. Even though they are slowly phasing out, as you see the big pluses down there at unleaded 91. 30.5 horsepower we do have now, with just a little extra quality. Oh, maybe our exhaust is too strangling. Let's open it up a little. Doesn't make much of a difference. Oh, you know what? We could run this thing without mufflers. Look at this. I mean, no muffler and it's still below 70 in loudness. This is the only way you can make this engine sound impressive, by removing all mufflers. Oh, we're totally going to do this. This is also extra power, you see here. 31 horsepower. It's a massive, massive change. That's also impressive. Compression 10.7 to 1. Wow. And running absolute race cams on this thing. Alright, let's see how it's going to do. Well, I think we're going to set up the suspension slightly different to what we have right here. Rear wheel drive it is. I did set it to being rear longitudinal, yes. Use all the body quality, all that we have, all 4 of it. And then manual gearbox, obviously, 4 gears. We might reach speeds that are somewhat usable in terms of having all 4 gears actually matter. So my wild guess here is about 160 kilometers an hour. That's wishful thinking, I believe, but still, it might just work out. First gear can go to 50, because it's a very sporty setup. Open diff, we don't need anything else. This also makes engineering really fast, because we already have almost 30% in everything. Radial tires it is, and we put on Sport compound. Minimum width 96. So I think the front tires can be made quite small, or need to be even quite small, so that we don't end up 205s in the rear. Holy shit, yes. Yeah, otherwise we go oversteering everywhere. I think that's a nice split. Yes, please. Rims needs to be absolutely super lightweight, because we can't lose more power to anything else. How much engineering time is that? Not much. 3.2. Oh no, 3.2 months. What I do not approve of, though, is the rim diameter at the front. So I think we have to go super crazy here again. 16 inch at the front, and then 13 at the rear. But no, we can't have this. I mean, it looks awful. In the rear it already fits, in the front not so much, due to the tiny tires. Yeah, okay, let's roll with this. Solid disc front 220, just like for the other car. And drum brakes rear 160. Is this a... I mean, this car is going to be a little bit faster. Maybe we need an actual brakes there. I don't know. Pad type can stay at around 50. And quality at a +1. Aerodynamics, semi-clad it is. And lower airflow. Even though we don't want to upset our company reputation too much. And we do have plenty of quality here, of course. So we're going to use it. 6. 2-seater, yeah, perfect. Sport. Are we going for Sport? I believe so. Phonograph. No, it's way too heavy. That's 16 kilos. It's unacceptable. Luxury AM. Fuck. It's also 60 kilos. Well, we have to go with this one then. I guess can't do this. So Maybe save a few kilos. I mean, there's like 30% of the weight of the car. Not quite, but still. So +5 it is. Okay, 15 kilos, more acceptable. And now, of course, the manual steering. We go with +2. And do we have any familiarity in here? Can we go with standard? No! Ah, damn it. Our unlock pool is gone then. We could go with just advanced and have 0 here instead. Now, we do want to make this slightly lighter. Car weight, so much? 600 kilos. Oh my god. Standard springs, and here we have it. 655 kilos? Why is this thing so heavy? Well, could be because the springs are really stiff. Massive springs in there. Let's normalize that up, just to make it a little less weird. And oh, the balance here for everything seems to be quite okay already. Oh, there's one thing I want to see. No, it's still the old thing in here. We got a new version drop, but that is this panel here, which I actually never used, is going to be switched out for, let me see, how do we get there? Detailed stats, like this one down here. Oh, we have some issues passing the carbon monoxide regulations. We can fix this. But yeah, this panel here is way more useful than what we have here currently. So we're going to put that in there. Oh, and that's a big oof. Do you see that? 122. Oh man, it's much worse than anticipated. Okay, let's lower this. 134. Well, that's a company record. Oh, you know what it is. It's the damn sports compound tires. The drag, the rolling resistance. The drag isn't much of a problem, but the rolling resistance is. Look at this thing, it's almost stealing as much power as the air resistance. That's not acceptable. And we have so little power that, I mean, it's fine. It will be fine. This is much more reasonable. And now we are running out of gearing. 150, I told you. It's almost there. But now, these tires do get too much of penalty towards sportiness, understandably so. Let's try medium tires. Yeah, still 143. This is decent enough. But now we need to set this up. I mean, this is unacceptable. Double terminal oversteer. And we don't need the tire size in the rear. That's just a fact. There's a lot of rolling resistance in addition to what we already have to fight in wind and other things. So here we can lower front tire size some more. Well, we're almost there. Come on, turn around. There you are. Yes. Was that already the maximum we can achieve? Yes, okay. That is not great. Maybe I tried to turn it around with 125s instead. We do need some toe in. Let's put it on the rear and come on, turn around already. So close. Ugh. Man, this is awful. No, this one doesn't want to turn at all. It needs so much toe to turn it around. No, it needs smaller tires. This thing is hard to set up. Alright, yeah. Not the best choice of demographic here is they have certain desires that we just can't fulfill with this car body, at least. So I think I'm going to switch to sport. And that's also where we are selling most, so, or would be selling most. Muscle, again, they have good taste. I have to give it to them. Yeah, not gonna lie, this is a little bit of a rough build. It's very hard to get desirable. Of course, we can get something more out of it by just making the brakes work for once. This setup is atrocious. And we can use drum brakes. Perfect. I don't think we really need brakes for anything here, so why not put 160s front and rear? Yeah, that's probably for the first time I've ever been able to do that on a sports car. The stats are slowly climbing. 54.17 isn't too bad. But if we look at our competition... Yeah, okay, we are better in drivability, unsurprisingly. But then here... Oh, okay, we are even. About even. That's not too bad. Here they have us beat easily. In Prestige probably as well, because they have an engine that is 3, 4... No, what am I talking about? 10 times the size. Oh, and they do 206 kilometers an hour. Yeah, not quite reachable for us. Yet. They are even doing a better job at cornering. Ouch. Ah, that's because they are cheating. They can use sports tires because they have enough power to overcome the friction. The car's all set up. This is as good as it gets. And well, the pricing is a little too steep. Let's make it something more reasonable, like 20k, and see. Well, yeah, it's going to sell a few. 44 cars. But I wonder if we can make it better with a different car body. So I'm just going to try that and take the small one here, the wagon version. It's beautiful. Maybe that would actually work. But no, I'm going for a proper sports experience, which is this car? Yeah, maybe the 3-door. Yeah, let's take this one. Hatchback. But then I'm going to change it around to front longitudinal. Or should we make it front-wheel drive? Could make it front-wheel drive. And double wishbone still, and then semi-trailing arm. Or, oh no, we don't... I see, though, that's a problem. If we don't go with this... Oh, look, nice lure error. Perfect. Let me report that. Let's try with the different approach. Front transverse, front wheel drive. Oh my. Yeah. Let's see what we can make with this one. But double wishbone all around, because there's no way to gain any kind of familiarity anyway. Yes. So, same engine, of course. And we are going to use this body. Still looks sporty. Top speed, still the same. Tire setup, very much not the same. Come on, turn yourself around. Holy shit, how difficult is this? No. Alright, need to have a different... not a staggered tire setup here as well, unfortunately. And then I just have to re-optimize everything, but... Oh man, this is even worse. So much understeer. And I can't get around it without terminally oversteering. Oh, okay. Maybe this setup wasn't too smart anyway. Is the car at least somewhat lighter or man. I don't think this is working. Oh, the brakes were still shit, so let's at least fix those. Okay, the values are starting to look slightly better. The sales numbers are not, though. If only I could put into this a proper engine. This is not working for us. But oh, wait a sec. I still do have a little bit of leeway in terms of rim diameter. Alright, this bodes well. Already quite high drivability rating, even though we still have some terminal oversteer. And maybe we don't even want to get rid of this, because the stats are looking fantastic without doing so. The sacrifices you have to make. There you see them. Let me show you. So, let's hold the car. We are now at 60 drivability, 19 sportiness. In order to get rid of the terminal oversteer, I would have to pummel this one with toe. And there you see that it, let's see, there it jumps back up. But only to 56, and we're at 17. So, no. Revert to held car, and there we go. Much better. So we do have a 5% penalty, or whatever percentage it was that I set there. for drivability, but still doing pretty well. And the cornering looks amazing. What cornering would we get up to? Whoa. Okay. Now that's something. 0.9 Gs in 1960. That is quite something. Oh. And we're doing 144 kilometers now? How come? Well, this is a fortunate turn of events. We're making a sports car after all. If we wanted to sacrifice 10 kilos, we could get away with an interior that is probably somewhat less prestigious. Yeah, it does say so there. And slightly heavier, but way cheaper to engineer. And way less pricey as well. Yeah, it does make a big difference here though. And, ooh, and it's... Oh, the brakes are still not set up properly. So more stat points to gain. Rejoice, we're getting there in the end. Hell yeah. 61.21. 25 engineering time like this, and... What? The same? Why is that? Ah, is that not including the familiarity? Certainly looks like it. Okay, so now we can easily make another trim in here, and that, of course, the only thing that we really can make out of this is a convertible. We do have the Sport. Now we clone the Sport and makes a convertible. How do we name this thing? It needs to be something that is quick and rather agile and lightweight, at least within reason. This thing is quite chubby after all. Oh, that reminds me. Have we actually checked if we could make this fiberglass? I don't think it's available yet, is it? Let's have a look. No, it is available. Well, let's see what difference it makes. 560. This car is a little lighter. And... oh! Another 21 kilograms. But it's way more expensive. Way more expensive. Engineering time, almost the same. And, well, yeah, you can make it slightly more sporty, but I don't think this is going to be a good choice in our situation. There's only one option in here in terms of convertibles. Are we going to pick the only one? Oh, that adds so much weight. Ouch. We might even consider putting this on normal compound tires, medium compound. So we want to gain back some of that juicy top speed. Oh no, our brakes are almost at the breaking point. You see that? We are getting utility brake fade. Oh, I would love to go for this kind of super fancy stuff. This is going for the convertible, and because this is getting us a normalized desirability of 84%, and with the detachable it's just 66. Now, quite a difference, but the costs and the weight. Look at this, 15 kilos. Ouch. And 600 buckaroos on top of this. And loads of production units, so no, I think I'll leave it at detachable. 62 drivability? Well, that's not too shabby. And yes, this is looking like it has the appropriate distribution. Still not many sales, but we don't need them necessarily. Oh well, this is perfect, isn't it? The Swallow? I think that's great. It's 1962. It does have double meaning to some extent. So that's perfect. How about a commercial running something like this? Hey babe, I got a Swallow. Do you? I'm not entirely sure that this amount of muscle can convince anyone though. Very reasonable in terms of engineering. We can drop this one quite significantly to like 30 or so. This is just 3 years. So 3.5 years. Is that correct? Yeah, it is. So I think that's reasonable. Pressure 30 only. Tooling down to 30, but reliability up to 60. I think that's great. This should be around the average reliability of the markets. And despite it being a sports car that revs to, how much? Like 11k or something, 10,500. This is going to be quite a reliable car. Yeah, and the engine is more than ready for this. Look at that, 8 months. We can upgrade a fair few things in here. How about this? Another 16 million to spend, which is, how much? It's 2/3 of 1 month worth of profit. But look at these stats. Plus 10, plus 15, plus 20 on here. Perfect. And also, that will not only make the car even more reliable, but it will also make it way cheaper to produce in a contract factory. So we reuse the contract Sport. It's still so expensive. Why is it so expensive? Damn Gasmeans. Yeah, okay, well, we take it. Below 6k. The labor costs. Ouch. Uh-oh, do we dare to produce this in a medium factory? That is risque. But you know what? If it goes south, we can always permanently stop production and just sell out of inventory. Ooh, 570 cars. If this is at 2 shifts, then we would be producing a fourth of that, so it's still a good 150 cars, a little more than that. Oh no, I'm calculating wrong. Around 150 is right. Slightly below. It's still too much. But overall, when you look at this doesn't seem to be too bad. Because the cost of using this factory, which will be empty anyway, is quite low. Oh no. The demand is slightly on the low side. Yeah, it's not great. Yes, well, this sucks ass. But we kinda need to do this anyway. It's not a big loss if it massively fails, because massive is relative to the size of the project and this is a tiny one. Let's see what it costs overall. I mean, we can try to sell the cars for a little cheaper, which makes it even worse. Beautiful. This cost ratio isn't exactly helping us. 47% is the engine. But let's say even if we sold this at 0 margin, would we be able to sell enough? No. There's just no one who wants this thing. So we spend all this time on a project that is highly likely going to cause us some problems. But we're going to sign off on it anyway. And could even extend the engineering time. I think we should. Another year on top. The desirabilities do look slightly better here. It's not too bad. 30 million in profit after 5 years of selling this thing. This is rather terrible. But everything we do here is for free in the end. And I think now we are indeed ready. Everything is aligned. This one is deliberately not. And now let's do 1.6 billion. Yeah. I wonder, however, how much we actually do need. And I think that was my finishing words in the last episode as well. Let's say we continue on this current trend, which seems reasonable, about, let's just say, assume 20 million a month profit. That would mean that we make about 1 billion before this new project launches. That's a lot. The project costs are 1.6 billion, which means that we are just ever so slightly short if we only make 20 million a month. So we don't even need half. We could get away with something like 30%. And the rates we get are, of course, much more reasonable at that point. It is a little dangerous, though, to just take out that little, because we don't know if that is keeping up. But it is, at the moment, somewhat reasonable to assume that. But, yeah, don't think I want to necessarily risk that. So, let's do it like this. 5.6%, it's terrifying. And we have to pay a loan amount, or in just pure interest. This loan costs us 233 million. So let's do it over 120 months and 300. That's fine in costs. Yep. It hurts, so let's save it. And here we go. Sign off the projects. Ouch. Another thing that is quite helpful is that most of our factories building this one, the Pebble, are going to continue running for quite a while. Okay, so there's nothing that helps here. Let's go. Let's go and see what comes out of it. How much do we pay monthly in engineering to lower this figure? Come again, please. What engineering? 1.78 million. Well, yeah, engineering wasn't the major factor. It was the massive retool to make a large factory. That's the big cost here. Which is worrying, because the taxman is going to be rather aggressive. Yeah, this looks more and more like we didn't even need a loan. But now, taxman, oh, 57 million, ouch. We are already selling a few cars. Some people have very much of a commodity that is rare. It's called patience. That is very much patient. But also quite smart, because they are going to be served first. Like, if they know they want one, they want one. And we are getting really damn close to... what? That's because we have a baseline there, yes. This is expensive. This is very expensive. But aspiration, yeah, I mean... it is what we need. So another one, aspiration, another one, fuel system. Engine architecture, yeah? I think so. How? And what else? Another one in body, maybe. Yeah, okay. Now we're up to 6.2 million a month. And let's go into marketing as well, because our profits are looking mighty fine at the moment. Reliability. Well, why not? This is expensive to market, but we can do so. Now, another one here. That would be extremely expensive. Let's do it. More of the baseline reputation prestige marketing will help us sell more cars. More cars, because our cars will be way more desirable that way. Alright, let's get back to the hub and see what that change made happen in terms of distribution. Do we get a bigger slice? Oh yes, quite a bit bigger. 7.55 million. Now bigger than the tax slice. Well, we can't keep up. We can't keep up. So what I'm going to do is do the heinous crime of going to 2.5 shifts for every one of my factories and run them into the ground. Oh yes, that is already looking like we are doing exactly that. But more profits? Question mark. Oh, brilliant. That makes it keep up. It still doesn't go down. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's still... oh, man. This is bad. This is bad. We need to up prices again? Prices have been upped like crazy already. Everything up another 20%. Flat, that is. 8.4... 8.3... yeah. Okay, it's slowly going down. The engine factories are somewhat struggling as well. Ouch, 99 million in taxes. It's brutal. But you see this, didn't even need a loan. Safety regulations, 1970, 20 in Florinia. What do other cars have nowadays? Let's head over to the car museum and check some values. So 20 for the Barry. Oh, okay, easy. Easy. We're at 30. Oh, by the way, that must have been something that I forgot to rebalance after changing the progression of safety. So I need to note down that I need to take another look at this. Alright, the big costs are now slowly approaching. Hopefully that is also saving us from taxman to some extent. Because this one is the large factory. Ugh. Severity issue, significant. Discovery chance, medium. Difficulty of the fix is low. Let's see. I think we're going with this one. Once again, quite recall it is. And how much are these months going to hurt in terms of profits? We have a big cushion there. And that bug again. Oof, there you go. That will be a lot of repaid engine factory repayment of deposits, and all of these die. 130 million factory construction costs. It's big ouchies, but you see, we're covering it nicely, very easily in fact. And almost done. There we go. Now, what is this about? The factory doesn't have any... Yeah? Oh, there's still one that is producing though. Yeah, that's right. There is still one that is trying to produce those cars. It is... yeah, that doesn't work. Wait a sec. We need to stop it. We need to stop the pedal. Pebble, not the pedal. The Barry is online now. 23 ouch. Now that this is over, let's see what the first month tick does and see what happens. Can we... Come on. That up. Yeah, that was a good crossover. Revenue 129 million. We sold 12k cars. 12k Kei Cars even. That's impressive. That's going pretty well. And even the Sport, the Swallow, is doing well too. What is this? It's amazing. Oh yeah, do you see what's coming there? 7 more months of wait and we can make our first proper facelift of a sporty engine that all of a sudden will very likely start producing decent amounts of power. Ah, there you have it. Yes, 3 trims of the Pebble are still being produced, and a lot of them too. It's not too bad. 1,600 per month. That's why we're still producing some profits with them as well. If you take a look there, Pebble 90 million. Very nice. 3 trims are being made in there. The Sport is one of them. That explains what is going on, because we don't get any engines for that car anymore. Let's stick over to the next year, and I think at that point we're in a good spot to, in the next episode, get real serious with the power we're producing out of these little things. We might crack the 50 horsepower. Amazing! And with that, I think, and especially with this beautiful outlook and all the green stuff here, I think I'm going to finish today's episode. I thank you very much for watching. Drop a like if you did, and then I shall see you guys next time.